Welcome to my channel. Maharashtra government reintroducing Maharashtra Special Public Security Bill 2024. And when we asked the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis ji, and why are you introducing this bill? He says that to curb the urban Naxalism in Maharashtra. Here fundamentally one question comes that, who is urban Naxalite? Is there any specific definition for urban Naxalite? Is government of India or government of Maharashtra or government of all the states wherever Bharatiya Janata Party is ruling or NDA is ruling or the NDA alliance is ruling, do you have a specific definition for urban Naxalite? And without defining the term urban Naxalite, because if without defining the word, if you make law, it will lead to so many complications and the innocent citizens will be arrested without any warrant and they will be harassed, and it definitely is against the civil rights. Now, before we go into the details, I request you subscribe this channel, like the video, comment below the video, and please forward my video to as many as possible, as if you are comfortable with it. Maharashtra Special Public Security Bill 2024, the government is saying it is to curb the urban Naxal. What is the opposite word for urban Naxal? It is a rural Naxal, or we call it Naxalism. And what they do, they carry the weapons, they carry guns, they use landmines, and they kill the people, kill the civilians, and kill the, they targeted authorities, or that whom they believe they're oppressing the tribals, and also there is something called violence. The Naxalism, they involved in violence in the rural areas, in the jungles, in the forests. So they're called Naxals, and you are making laws to curb the Naxalism. But you're calling urban Naxalism. Who are these urban Naxalites? Do they also have guns to hurt, to kill, to harm the civilians? And who are these urban Naxalites? And why do you call them urban Naxalite? The people who support the idea of running the country based on the religion and the idea of running the state based on secularism. There are only two parts in India. This is there from 1950. Since ever we got independence in 1947, the India is having two ideas. Up to 1980s and 90s, the communist ideology is very strong. So, but now at present, thereafter in 2020s, we have only two ideas. The idea of running the state based on the religion, and few people are supporting them. And the idea of running the state based on a secularism, the few Indians or citizens are supporting this idea. It's only two ideas, people divided into ideas. This is called a democratic country. In the democratic country, we should express our opinions, debate, tell your opinion to Indians. And ultimately, it's the people who vote, and they will, whomever they vote, and they will rule the state. Simple. But the system should be very transparent. Like Rahul Gandhi is alleging that EVM manipulations in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh is alleging EVM manipulation taking place in Andhra Pradesh, and EVM, there should not be any scope for all these doubts on the democracy. If the institutions are very transparent, if elections are held transparently, and that is people mandate to whomever the people vote, and they rule the state. So ultimately, what do we want to say is that from 1950 onwards, when there are two arguments, but only the difference is the secular argument run the state up to 2014, and from 2014 onwards, those leaders who argue that the state should run based on religion are ruling the state. There is only two differences, right? As it is a democratic country, people express their views, tell their opinions, give their arguments. Here the question comes that who are an urban Naxalite? It is a major question that is coming when the Maharashtra government introducing this bill. There is no definition for urban Naxalism even in the dictionary. But in general view, like few apps like Grok or like automatic response from the Google, and they are defining the urban Naxalism like this. According to them, what is urban Naxalism? Urban Naxalism is a term often used pejoratively to describe individuals or groups in urban areas who are perceived to be sympathetic to or support of Naxalite ideology and activities. And according to this, if any individual or any group, if they are supporting ideology of Naxalism, and if anybody defend the ideology of Naxalism, you can call them as urban Naxalite, and their activities. And what are the activities of Naxalites? They're killing, they're shooting, using landmines, bomb blasting. If anybody defend them, you can call them as urban Naxalite. Right? These individuals are often accused of trying to destabilize the government and promote Maoist ideology through intellectual and political means. The term is controversial and has been used to criticize and suppress dissent against the government according to some critics. This is the main point here. This term that belongs to those urban intellectuals, urban individuals or groups, and who are supporting the ideology of Naxalism and activities and Maoist. They're using that term for political opponents to suppress the dissent against the government. According to some critics, we have a freedom of speech. And without giving the definition, if you introduce this bill, many intellectuals, many civilians who express their opinions will be arrested in the name of urban Naxalism. That danger is there if you introduce this bill. Without defining the word urban Naxalism, making a law, the word gives freedom to arrest whomever they want. Please define the word first before making the law. You have to define who is urban Naxalite. Will they carry guns? Will they carry weapons? Will they be in touch with Naxals? Are they relatives and friends of Naxals? And who are those whom you call urban Naxals? At present, the NDA government is calling all the opponents as urban Naxals. But if you introduce the bill, then you have to arrest many people, many civilians, all the opponents, all the opposition parties, you need to arrest them. See, earlier, Narendra Modi ji called urban Naxals in parliament. PM Modi calls out urban Naxals in the parliament. According to Narendra Modi ji, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, he said once that there are urban Naxals in the parliament. And if you introduce this bill, and immediately the police has to go and search for urban Naxals who are sitting in the parliament. Who are those urban Naxals in the parliament? And the police has to go for a search operation in the parliament building to arrest those urban Naxals, right? Narendra Modi ji is calling few people urban Naxals are there in the parliament. Modi says Congress pitch for caste census is an urban Naxal thought, trying to divide country. PM after Bihar releases caste survey report. When Bihar released caste survey report by same Nitish Kumar, who is now a NDA partner, that time when he made this statement, when the Honorable Prime Minister made this statement, Nitish Kumar is not part of NDA. The caste census is an urban Naxalite thought. But now they're only doing the caste census. He said that those who do caste census, it's an urban Naxalite thought. Now if you introduce the bill, if it is very difficult to define the term, and whom to arrest and whom not to arrest, and it will be a big confusion if without defining the word if you introduce the bill. Many people called Congress as urban Naxalite. Modi ji said Congress is urban Naxalite party, and Amit Shah ji said many times that Congress is Naxals who are supporting Naxalites. And in retaliation to that, even Mallikarjun Kharge said terrorist party. BJP is party of terrorists, Mallikarjun Kharge said earlier. So these allegations are going, one is calling as urban Naxalite, another one is calling is that your party is terrorist party, and all these terms are going on. They're blaming one another, that without defining the term urban Naxalite, then what kind of bill the government of Maharashtra is introducing? BJP MP Manoj Tiwari, he said Arvind Kejriwal is the best example of urban Naxalite once. Why he said Arvind Kejriwal urban Naxalite? What Arvind Kejriwal said, what activities done by Arvind Kejriwal to be called as urban Naxalite by one of the BJP MP. Say for example, like how Maharashtra Special Public Security Bill, like Central Special Public Security Bill, if central government introduces, you have to arrest Arvind Kejriwal. Another BJP leader, Nishikant Dubey, he said urban Naxals trying to legitimize themselves. And once Narendra Modi ji said, urban Naxal ki bhasha, few people are speaking in parliament in the language of urban Naxals. The language of urban Naxals. If you introduce bills like this, then those who are speaking in the same language of urban Naxals need to be arrested. And then before arresting those people who are speaking urban Naxal language in the parliament, first you have to define what to speak, what not to speak. Define the term first and then introduce the bill. And someone called even Medha Patkar also an urban Naxal. Gujarat BJP chief calls Medha Patkar urban Naxal. And earlier Amit Shah has accused Rahul Gandhi of supporting urban Naxals. And there is a post in the Wire, what they posted, Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, now who is introducing the bill, the same Devendra Fadnavis, who is introducing the bill now, he only once accused Lok Sabha leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi of seeking support from urban Naxals and anarchists during a seminar in the Constitution Nagpur, pointing out that Gandhi was holding a red book in hand and pocketbook edition of the Constitution. The accusation is part of an effort to undermine Gandhi's consistent framing of his political battle as one to save the Constitution from what he sees as the BJP's encroachments. And Rahul Gandhi will always have a red book, the Constitution of India. And he always shows that this is Samvidhan, I will save the Samvidhan, I will save the Constitution, I will protect the Constitution, and he is always showing that Constitution book. And referring to that, Devendra Fadnavis earlier he said, is taking the support from urban Naxals and anarchists. Why you call someone an opposition leader urban Naxal? Because he's showing the Constitution of India. Before introducing the bill, you define the term, give a guidance to the term urban Naxals, discuss in the parliament, talk with the opposition leaders, and ask them what comes under the urban Naxalism. Check whether it is constitutional or anti-constitutional. Check whether it is the freedom of speech according to Article 19. And there is another person, BJP calls out lungi terrorists. There is another controversy, someone is calling lungi terrorist. And the BJP and the ghost of urban Naxals. And here, ex-Maharashtra CM, same Devendra Fadnavis, recently he said, those who participated in Rahul Gandhi's Jodo Yatra are urban Naxals. And if you call them as urban Naxals and you are making a law to curb the urban Naxalism, you mean to say that all those people who attended Rahul Gandhi's Jodo Yatra, you will arrest all of them? It will confuse the people. Better to define the term first and give guidelines to the terminology and then you go for the bill. Obviously, the opposition party will object the bill. This is how few objections we have seen. See, there is urban Naxal bogie, move for harsher bill to curb civil rights. The post is being circulated in social media that this bill is to curb the civil rights. Sule compares proposed anti-urban Naxal bill to Rowlatt Act, seeks review. She says that this bill is like a Rowlatt Act. The same term was used by Congress Chief Harshavardhan in Maharashtra. He said, this is similar to Rowlatt Act, an act imposed by 1919 by Britishers, giving freedom to the soldiers of Britishers to arrest whomever they want if they have doubt. There's no rules, no notices, no legal. If you have doubt, arrest them. Without any explanation, without anything, just come home, pick them up and arrest them. That is Rowlatt Act. The law which you are making is looking like similar to Rowlatt Act accused by your opponents. If really it is somewhat like a Rowlatt Act, then it is very harmful to the civil rights and anti-constitutional. According to my opinion, it is better define the term first and then make the bill. Thank you. Namaskar.